Hello everyone, and welcome to the Block Wars 13 and Origins 30 update video. We've been hard at work to bring you a fantastic event this month featuring new sights, new sounds, and the long-awaited return of Party to the game roster. So without further ado, let's get right into the changes. For this event, we've increased the Game 6 multiplier to be 1.25 rather than just 1. Teams will have a better chance to make a late event comeback while the overall game scores are still balanced. Starting from this event, you'll also start to see our in-game textures and interfaces getting a visual makeover. So keep an eye out for refreshed UIs across the event. Now for the games. Party is making its grand return to Block Wars with a bunch of new features. You'll be seeing Photon and Splat, as well as two brand new games, Heist and Go Down. Photon has a brand new Mineshaft themed map, while Splat returns with a complete redesign of the arena. All players will now spawn in the center of the map and are able to use jump pads to spread out for more strategic splatting. Go Down is a new game where the objective is to go down. Players spawn at the top of an arena of random blocks, split into 3 layers, and must descend as far as they can while being careful not to die of fall damage. Players will receive points and some replenished health for reaching the end of a layer, and upon reaching the bottom, will be returned to the starting platform to go down again with reduced base health. Colored platforms can be found around the map which give items and power-ups to ease your descent. Green platforms provide boosted health regeneration, red platforms provide weapons, and blue platforms provide other assorted items like potions and pigs? Points are awarded for kills, reaching the base of the colored layers, as well as a bonus awarded at the end of the game for your lowest height reached. Remember, you must safely land at the bottom in order to receive points. Landings that result in your death will give you nothing. Fall damage is also reduced by 60% to make things a bit more forgiving. The game will get chaotic. Our other new party game is Heist, a collection-based minigame where players need to gather loot from a monster-infested bank and run it to a deposit area outside to cash in points for your team. Players are equipped with a pickaxe to mine loot and a knockback stick to defend from monsters. The bank is split into 3 layers with higher value blocks, but stronger monsters the higher up you go. Loot blocks will regenerate a little while after they are mined, so make sure to revisit explored areas to snatch some fresh loot. Individual points are awarded for loot banked at the deposit point. If a player is killed during their heist, 40% of their loot will drop to the ground and the other 60% will be destroyed. Players also have a substantial speed boost which will decrease as you pick up more loot. Throughout the map, exit signs and green carpets will help guide you out of the bank, so look for those when you're trying to cash in some points. They'll be especially helpful during overtime, which will activate for 30 seconds at the end of the game. Once overtime starts, players are no longer able to hit each other or mine blocks, but mobs will still appear to stop you in your tracks. In order to make way for Party's return, Trailblazers will be on the bench for this event, so hold off on movement training until its next appearance. Now onto the rest of the games. Overspleef returns to the lineup with a new map for Meteor Spleef. Players can battle over the concentrated zones of blocks on each layer or risk traversing the areas of single thick ice connecting them. Extraction is heading back to the underworld for this event, which has now received a few changes since last October. The center of the map now features tunnels, giving teams more opportunities for flanks and escapes. Smoke bombs and health up power-ups can also be found on the map. Tomb Titans has received a small loot table rebalance and some brand new sound effects you'll hear when standing inside crumbling chunks. Points are also no longer evenly split between your team. When exiting or selling items, you will now receive part of the value as individual points. Shockwave has received some new sounds too, so keep an ear out during the finale. In battle, support players will now be rewarded with points from the new healing pool. This operates in the same way as the damage point pool, but instead awards points for the percentage of healing that you performed during the round. Importantly, points will only be awarded for healing other players, not from healing yourself. Overall points for the game have also received a rebalance to account for the healing pool. In Blitz Hunt, we have, as usual, added a set of brand new rooms for players to explore, while Race returns to Mariana with no changes for now. And finally, in Order Up, the chest in the center of the kitchen now starts with only 2 rows available rather than 3. The chest can now be expanded using a new upgrade in the upgrade table. Points have also received a rebalance which can be viewed on our website alongside all the other point changes for this event. And that's all the changes for this cycle of Block Wars. If you'd like to get early access to new Block Wars updates as well as behind the scenes content, join us on Patreon with the link in the description. While you're down there, check us out on Twitter and Discord as well. And be sure to tune in on Saturday, October 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern to see your favorite streamers battle it out in Block Wars 13.